Right, so what we're going to talk about is the benefit of reading something, making notes like you're doing, making notes, and then review your notes to see how well you can remember and repeat and use what you've learned. So earlier we were talking about the vaccine in China. Let's choose something else since we've already done that one, and I'll record it. So let's talk about, let's see what's in breaking news English. I'm sorry?
Maybe we can use the topics my homework, like
Okay.
not course. I sent you the email the day before yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay, let me go look and see what it says.
Okay.
And homework. Let's see. Yen's homework. Okay. Oh, did I not send you I didn't send you that back? Okay, I did do it. I did it. I corrected it. Let's see where I hope I can find it. Open computer, desktop, Yen. No, that's not it. Oh, shoot. Homework, drug lords. Was it about the drug lords?
Let me check it.
Well,
I think I write something about
okay, yeah, the drug lords. Yeah, it was about the drug lords. And I watched the movie. I didn't watch the one that you watched, but I watched one that was 2 hours long. I did watch a movie. I did not know about this
Colombian Narcos.
Yeah, I did not know about that, so that was quite interesting. Yen. Drug lords. Okay. Oh, and I didn't send it. Did I not send this to you? I think I thought I sent you the. Well, anyway, we'll look at it now. Share screen. And here. Okay. So.
Oh, it didn't send it back to me.
All right, well, I'll send you this one as well as have it as it is recorded for you as well. So I said, thank you for your post. I watched a documentary of sorts about Narcos in Colombia. I made the corrections for you. During my leisure time last week, I watched a series on Netflix which described Narcos in Colombia. The name of the series is Narcos. The incident dwindled in the 1970s between Colombia and the United States. The story is told through the eyes of Murphy, a DEA agent. And this word should be dwindle with a D. After Narcos in Colombia find out that cocaine is more valuable than marijuana and that the people in Miami are fascinated with it, a lot of labs were built in Colombia to produce tons of cocaine. The government of the United States tried to dwindle the drugs problem on the street. And I think this is singular, the drug problem on the street. They sent some DEA agents to Colombia to help their police. Maybe some Americans consider this as making a mountain out of a molehill at the beginning. However, the Colombians were not just drug dealers and smugglers. The situation was going south after cocaine began to spread like wildfire in Miami. The drug dealers and smugglers became narcos. They were united to a few cartels. Among them, Cartel Medellin, which was led by Pablo Escobar, was the largest. You can be certain, okay, you can be you can be certain that there was an empire, or one could say it was called an empire of cocaine. And your question was, which one should you use? Either one is correct. I just add can be certain or called an empire. All right. And I like the fact that you color coded it so that I could see what it is that were your new words. I could see what you were confused about, and you weren't confused about very much, but it was this one and the words that you had learned in previous lessons. So thank you very much for doing that. Now I created a dialogue for us to use the information in good form. So why don't you read as A first, and I will read B.
Okay. Recently, I watched a movie on Netflix about the drugs in Colombia. I sent you information. Did you get a chance to watch?
Actually, I did watch it. I watched a YouTube about the drug deals taking place in Colombia.
What did you think about it?
Well, as I watched, it did seem that the United States tried to dwindle or curtail the use of drugs on the streets in the U.S.
Right. It seems that happened in 1970s.
In the United States, especially in the 70s, it was a period to remember. People seemed to be fascinated with the idea of experimenting and trying new things such as drugs.
This idea of experiment definitely opened the doors for drugs to flow the street of Miami.
Okay, this idea of experimentation.
Oh,
Experimentation. It comes from experimenting. But this idea of experimentation definitely opened the doors for drugs to flood the streets of Miami. Initially, the government of the United States did not see this influx of drugs as a huge problem and considered it to be making a mountain out of a molehill.
Obviously, this influx of drugs was becoming a serious problem. The U.S. government later determined that Colombians determined that Colombians were not drug dealers and smugglers. There were clearly a recognized organizational cartel. Also, when the U.S. realized the situation was going south in terms of curtailing the influx of drugs and the attempt to get a handle on the cocaine, it was a little too late. Drugs and cocaine has begun a spread like wildfire in Miami.
So that's drugs and cocaine had begun to spread like wildfire in Miami.
Wow.
Okay. So those are your idioms, your vocabulary in a dialogue. And this is what you want to be able to do. This is your goal, to strive to be able to say, like in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Like in line 6. In the United States, especially in the 70s, it was a period to remember. People seem to be fascinated with the idea of experimenting and trying new things such as drugs. So in another class, you might say, I'm fascinated with the idea of learning online. I'm fascinated with whatever it is. Choose one thing or two, whatever you feel comfortable with, but every lesson, whether you have a lesson with me or you have a lesson with someone else, you should be able to take something from that lesson and be able to use it It doesn't have to be anything big, but just as you did here, words that you have tried to learn how to use, you should pretty soon, by the end of 10 lessons with me, you should have a lot of things that you have learned and you can use it correctly.
Mhm.
But you have to be very deliberate in your practice, not just, I think that you enjoy your lessons with me, and I'm happy for that. But what
Oh,
makes me even happier is that when I start to see that you're using what you've learned correctly, as you have done here with the words in blue, you use the word leisure, you have the word fascinated. You may not use it correctly every time, but the more you try to use it and I correct you, at some point you will know how to use it exactly the way that it should be used. So this takes the practice that I give you to reassure you that I'm going to make sure that you are going to learn what I want you to learn. Okay?
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So in the future, or as you're doing now, when you're reading, you read okay, but you could read better.
Yes, I'm trying.
Again, reading better, you have to understand how you're going to read. So I'm going to tell you again that
Every three
every
words.
every 3 or 4 words, take a quick pause. During my leisure, or in this case, I'd probably say during my leisure time, last week, I watched a series on Netflix, which described Narcos in Colombia. 1, 2, 3. The name of the series is Narcos. 1, 2, 3. The incident, and if it comes to a word that you don't know, you need to stop. The incident dwindled. Take in that one word, dwindle, which means to reduce, to stop.
Okay.
Like the first time you can read it just for the sake of reading it. The next time you read it, it is to read with a little more understanding and your dictionary. And the third time you read it, you've got the words defined. And when you get to the word, make sure that you understand not just being able to say it, but the incident dwindled. Oh, dwindle, what does it mean? Oh, the incident got smaller. The incident got smaller. But you don't say the incident got smaller. The incident dwindled. So if you were a person that said a lot of ahs when you talk, today I went outside and I got heat stroke. It was so hot. And okay, we want to dwindle the usage of ahs, which means minimize. What other word can I use? Minimize. And this is true, authentic learning. Okay? All right. So there we have our dialogue. There we have your homework assignment. And I was looking at it somewhere. Okay, I see it. Here it is right here. So this is what you wrote. And I can't copy it, but you can see this is what you wrote. And I just rewrote it for you.
Yes.
There were a few things that were, let's see if I can highlight them or do something with them. I watched a series on Netflix, which is describing about, so you don't need that. It took all my leisure time last week. It took all of, if you
Sorry,
want to put in.
I am not on your screen right now.
Oh, you don't see my screen? Okay, let me go back and share, stop share, and share my screen again. Okay, so now do you see the one that you wrote?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so this is the one that you did. And I said, I watched the series on Netflix, which is which describes
Okay.
ES, which describes, and you don't need about, which described Narcos in Colombia. It took all of my leisure time last week. The name of it should be the series, or rephrase it, is called, you don't need to say, because we've already said the name, is Narcos. So what happened back to 1970s, it wasn't back to, but it was what happened in the 1970s. Okay, So you'll see how I made changes and I rephrased. I think I transposed this around somewhere like
Mhm.
that. But your idea is good, and the more you write, the better you become at writing. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I feel great when I writing the homework. Although I have to check a lot of information online. Some of grammar I'm not sure, and this homework maybe it took half or 1 hour to write this
mhm.
little article, and
Okay,
I need to
but it was
do.
time. It was time well spent. It was time
Okay.
well spent, and I went through. I went through your article that you wrote, and I corrected it, and I also created the dialogue. So all of this should help. That is why I probably charge a little more than other teachers. I don't know,
Mhm.
but I want my students to really get the true benefit of the lesson. I want you to understand why you say certain things, why you would write certain things, and build on your competence that way as well. All right. So let's take a look at something that I've already prepared from another session, just to give you something to look at and do. Any questions any questions here?
I can check after lessons
Okay.
and
Okay.
compare
All right.
your.
All right,
Okay.
then. If you have any questions, just send them to me and I will definitely answer them. So let me see what else I'm going to share with you today. Let's see. How is the lesson going for you so far?
Yeah, I feel great, and I will per purchase more lessons with you.
Okay.
Good.
So, all right. So today we're going to look at um, ordering in a restaurant with more detailed information than what we may have had in another class. So I'm going to share my screen again. So here we have key vocabulary phrases. Can you read all of those phrases for me?
Okay. Could I have a menu, please?
Okay, and you want to learn how to say it. Could I have a menu? Pause, please. Could I have a menu? 1, 2, please. Could I have a menu, please?
Oh, could I have a menu, please?
Good. Could I have a menu, please? Okay, next.
Here you are.
Here you
Here,
are.
here you are. Here
Okay.
you are.
Notice this exclamation point.
Hmm.
It says, enjoy your meal.
Okay. Enjoy your meal.
Okay,
Would you like?
good.
Can I get anything else?
Can I get you anything else? And raise your voice because it's a question. Can I get you anything else?
Can I get you anything else?
Good.
I like. I'd like some. I like the check, please.
I'd like the check. 1, 2, please. I'd like the check, please.
I like to check, please.
I'd like the check,
I
please.
li- I'd like the check, please.
Okay,
That will be. Allow be.
that'll be.
That will be.
Okay, and the exclamation point, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Okay, the
The
spaghetti, steak, chicken looks good.
the spaghetti, steak, chicken looks good.
Okay,
How's the pizza? Fish, beer.
how's how's the pizza? Fish, beer. But it's how's the pizza? How's the fish? How's the beer?
Okay. Okay. Uh, what do what would you recommend?
Raise your voice. What would you recommend? What would you recommend?
What would you recommend?
Good. Uh-huh.
I like my steak rare, well done. A medium, well done.
Okay.
Are there any nuts? Peanuts.
Peanuts. Are there any
Peanuts.
Are there any nuts? Peanuts? My child has allergies.
Are there any nuts? Peanuts? My child has allergies. Do you have any sorry. Do you have any vegetarian dishes?
Vegetarian.
Do you have any vegetarian dishes? Do you have any vegetarian dishes?
Mhm.
Is one better? Okay. Could I have a glass of water, please?
Good.
Would you tell me where the restaurant is?
Is that would or could?
Oh, sorry. Could you tell me where the restaurant is?
Mhm.
Restaurant. Sorry. I'd recommend the
Lasagna.
lasagna steak pizza. What is lasagna? What kind of?
Lasagna is like a pasta with cheese, like spaghetti. It's a flatter piece of spaghetti. Some
Oh,
spaghetti is really skinny, but the lasagna is like a fat piece of pasta.
okay.
Okay, would you care for an appetizer, a beer, a cocktail?
Would you care for an appetizer, a beer, a cocktail? So what is appetizer? Is that a kind of drink?
No, no, no. An appetizer is that first meal that they bring to you, like finger foods, like little
Oh,
French
no.
fries or a little pastry. Something that it's not a real meal, but while you're waiting for your entree to come, you'll have an appetizer.
Oh, sometimes we will have peanuts before
Uh-huh.
we have real meal. So that's kind
And,
of
and,
appetite.
and I think you might also have something like soup. It looks more like water in a bowl,
Award. Oh, okay.
but it's not water. It has like a little green leaf in it.
Uh,
I don't know what it's
sorry,
called.
I didn't hear the last sentence you said.
It looks like water. It looks more watery, but it has a green leaf in it.
Okay.
Okay,
Next one. I'd like to have a beer, steak, a glass of wine.
very good. Okay, so now those are phrases that you might use when you go into a restaurant. You would probably hear these phrases. And let's see. How much more time? 44, 6 minutes. Let's just read the one that I've created here.
Okay.
So you will read as A, I'll read as B. Okay?
Welcome to Fruit Eatery.
Thank you.
Do you have any reservations?
I'm sorry. I do not have reservations for this evening.
No worries. How many are in your party?
There are 2 people in our party.
I have a table ready now. Please follow me.
Thank you.
Would you like to have something to drink before placing your order? Placing your order?
Yes, we both will have a glass of water with a slice of lemon, please.
Great. Here are your menus. I will get your water now.
Thank you.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Are you ready to place your order?
Could you tell me if you have a special for this evening?
Yes, we do. Our special for today is mushroom over baked chicken and rice. For dessert, we have apple pie or cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds nice. We will have today's special.
Here you are. Enjoy your meal.
Everything looks wonderful. Thank you.
How's everything?
Everything is fine.
Is there anything else I can get for you?
No. May we have our check, please?
Certainly. How will you pay? Will you Would it be check, credit, credit card, or cash?
It will be credit card. May I use my Visa?
Certainly.
May I ask you a question?
Sure. What's your question?
Is it possible to make reservations for tomorrow night?
Certainly. How many will be in your party?
We will be celebrating a friend's birthday. There will be 20 people in our party.
Wow. I'm glad you are making a reservations early. We will be ready.
Okay, now I'm calling back the next night. Hello, I'd like to change my reservations from yesterday.
Where? 9. Okay.
9:30.
Okay. What name did you use, please?
Okay, so I was going to change my reservations and continue with the dialogue, but it ended there. So that would be what you might expect to have as conversation if you were going to a restaurant. You would be asked, do you have reservations? How many are in your party? Would you like to drink something before you place your order? And the waiter or waitress comes back 2 or 3 times to check on you to see if you are enjoying your meal. Okay?
Okay.
So I guess we have time to do, I guess we could do both of them. Let's look at dining at a restaurant alone. If you'll read as Edwin, I'll read as Jewel.
Okay. Hi. How are you doing this afternoon?
Fine, thank you. Can I see a menu, please?
Certainly. Here you are.
Thank you. What's today's special?
Grilled tuna and cheese on rye.
Grilled tuna and cheese on rye.
Grilled tuna and cheese on rye.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Would you like something to drink?
Yes, I'd like a Coke.
Thank you. Here you are. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Can I get anything else?
Can I get you anything else?
Can I get you anything else?
No, thanks. I'd like the check, please.
That will be $14.95.
Here you are. Keep the change.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Goodbye. Now, in this next one, we're going to meet our friends at the restaurant. I'll read as Jewel and Peter and the wait person. So you can be Edwin.
Okay.
No, you can be Edwin and the wait person. You'll be Edwin and the wait person. I'll be Jewel and Peter. Okay.
The spaghetti looks very good.
It is. I had it the last time I was here. How is the pizza, Jewel? It's good, but I think the pasta is better. What would you recommend?
I'd recommend it. The lasagna is excellent.
That sounds great. I'll have that.
Why? Would you like an appetizer?
Appetizer.
Appetizer.
No, lasagna is more than enough for me. You, Edwin.
Oh, sorry.
I think I'll have.
I think I will have the lasagna as well. Right. Let's do lasagnas. Would you care for an appetizer? Mm-hmm. Yes, I will take the
calamari. Oh, that sounds good. I can't decide between the chicken masala and grilled fish.
The fish is fresh, so I'd recommend. Sorry, the fish is fresh, so I'd recommend that.
Great. I'll have the fish. I'd also like a salad.
What would you like to drink? I will have water.
I'd like a beer. I'll take a glass of red wine.
Thank you. I will get the drinks and the appetizers. Thank you.
Okay. So there we are. We had too many people participating in that dialogue, but we did fine. We did fine. All right. Well, this concludes our session for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's session. Let's see. What type of homework would you like for me to give you? Would you like to come up with the homework and tell me what the homework represents, and then I'll grade it based on that.
Okay, so you just give me a text. So
okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I should let you come up with the context, come up with your own context, and tell me what you were doing with the lesson.
You mean today's lesson?
No, the lesson that you're going to come up with your own homework. What would you like to do for homework? Would you like to demonstrate your use of the words that we learned today and write another scenario like you did before about the movie that you watched? Would you like to write a dialogue?
I'll try to write a dialogue as you.
Okay, super. That'll be great. Okay. All right, then. It was great talking to you. See you soon. Take care now.
And
yes.
And you will send the documents and.
Yes. I'll send it. I'll send it. But I need to send it to an email because I can't attach it. So send me your email and I will send it to you direct.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Be sure to join my channel and watch the video that I was just speaking about. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Bye.